Hello there friends, and welcome to another video in our series on how to create a WordPress theme from scratch. And this is for a software services agency, or it could be any kind of agency for that matter. So previously we have worked on our about page. We did a client section and a testimonials section here, and we used plugins. We created two plugins with custom post types in order to display these. And in this video, I was thinking we could take care of the contact page. As you can see now, it's totally empty. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add obviously a page, an image up here, header image, just like we have here with the about page, and then a line up here saying contact, and then maybe some text, and then a contact form. And the contact form we will create from scratch, a very basic one, and we're gonna create a plugin for that one as well. So let's get started. So let's first actually go to our backend here and our pages, and let's find our contact page, and contact right there, and in here let's set an image and contact. What could that be? Let's do this map here, and let's maybe write some type of content here as well. So all right, so let's just please feel free to contact us through one of our social media channels or fill in the form below. All right, then just little maybe we look forward to hear from you. All right, let's update that. See if what it does. We do have a page template, so we'll see if that does anything. Let's go back to our front end and let's refresh, and let's head into our contact page. All right, we don't have the image, so we have to actually take care of that in our theme folder first. So let's open up our theme folder and software services theme, and we have page templates. Now what you could do is we could just use the normal page template like this, but let's go to our let's take a look at the about. So this is what our about page looks like. So let's do the same. We have the same there, and we have the title. So what we need to do is we just need to add the post thumbnail. We need to add the whole thing here. So let's just copy and paste here, and then I'll show you. Just copy it down here, and that's we only need the post thumbnail actually. Let's copy that, and let's put the header like so, and that should be it. We do not need a hello from contact page, so let's remove that, and let's hit save and back to our front end, refresh, and here we go. All right, now we need to deal with this one here. Let's see, we have showcase header, and for our about page, showcase header, post thumbnail, PHP, we'll have post, div class, maybe not. Everything looks okay there. Let's see, maybe just move the instead of contact page, just do the default template for now, because I think I actually changed that in the beginning. Let's see, let's go back here and let's refresh and go to the contact page. All right, okay, now it looks a lot better. All right, cool. So that's that. All right, now let's continue here, and I want to install a little plugin. there as well. So let's go outside of our theme folder and into our plugins folder. And let's first create a new folder and just call it CIY underscore simple contact form, like so. And then we need to create a couple of files here first. So first file, just gonna have the exact same name. So CIY underscore simple underscore contact underscore form dot php. And in this file, we're just gonna open up our PHP tags and a comment and the plugin name. It should be CIY simple contact form, and the description, a simple contact form to collect emails and messages. All right, so this is going to be very simple. It actually is going to the message is going to go to your email address, which you have set up in the in WordPress. And the version is going to be 1.0.0, and then the author needs to be the code it yourself guy, and then the text domain CIY underscore simple underscore contact underscore form, and then I'm going to do package. So I'll call the package here, and the text domain, which is this one here. So let's just copy and paste. All right, and now for a secure thing, so no one access this file directly. So we need to define or not define. If it's not defined, the absolute path. So apps path. We need to exit the script here. So that's that. One other thing we're gonna do is I want to require another file we're going to create a little bit later. So we need a direct path in, which is within a plugin, and a file like so. And the file we are going to bring in is a functions.php for this plugin. So it's a separate. It's not the theme functions.php file. This is a separate file for our plugin. Right now we have that. Then let's go ahead and create an index.php file. And in this file, it's gonna create a comment. Silence is golden, right? So there's nothing else gonna be in here, so we can close it off. And now let's create that functions.php. Functions.php. And in here, let's do same thing here. Comment and then the package. So CIY simple contact form, and a comment here, functions for the contact form. Let's save that. Let's go to our backend, and let's refresh here. And then if we go down to the plugins, this one should let's have a look there. So we have the client manager and testimonials, and down here we have our new CIY contact form. So let's activate this one. All right, so there's nothing else here. It's gonna happen pretty much. If you want to, you could add a section here, so you can do some other I think other settings and so on. But for this one, we're just gonna use a simple shortcode. Nothing fancy here. All right, so let's go back to our backend. And in our functions.php file, I'm going to create the actual shortcode for the contact form. I will create a function and call it maybe just custom form plugin, like so. And let's jump down there. Okay, so now we're just gonna do the same we did in the previous plugin. So a content and with an empty string inside that variable. And now let's populate the content variable here with some cool stuff. So let's append that to a create a div with a class of CIY underscore form and semicolon at the end, and then let's just keep going here. Then the actual form and the action. And the action, we need to redirect this form after we submit it to a page we're going to create. So we're going to do HTTP. Now, if you have to change this to your own, to whatever you have. So the URL for my application is localhost software underscore services. And do a little thank you. And after that, we are going to do the method and do post and semicolon at the end. And oh, I should actually mention this, that if you're a local host like me, you won't receive an email. But the email, you won't get any error messages, but it will work as soon as you put up on a live server. So keep that in mind, that this one won't work unless you have a real live server. For example, HostGator or Bluehost or whatever you could be using. So just keep that in mind. Let's move on here, right? So that was that. So, oops. Okay, right there. Now let's refill this one content, and I'm going to do a h2 tag saying contact us, and let's close that. Okay, and then $ content, and then put that up. The label for this one, should I have a label? No, actually, I'm just going to do input right away, and the type for this one is text, like so, and the name, your name, and the class will be CIY underscore form underscore input, and the placeholder would be your name, and I'm going to do an auto complete be off, and then I'm going to make it a required field. So that's a standard HTML5 attribute. Okay, and after that I am going to bring in a line break, like so. Okay, semicolon at the end, and let's close this one here. Now let's add another content, and for this one, maybe come down so we can see. All right, so next one here is input for the email. So let's see, input, and the type should be email, and then the name, your email, and the class must be CIY underscore form underscore input, and the placeholder, let's do your email, and then auto complete off, and then also a required field, and then let's close that, and then let's do a line break. All right, and then we need an actual message, so let's do content and then period and equal sign, and now we need text area because we're gonna do a message. We probably need a little bigger field there, so let's do name. Name is your message, like so. The class, I want to bring CIY underscore form underscore text area, and the placeholder would be your message. Okay, and then required, make it required as well. All right, and then let's do a line break, semicolon at the end, and now let's also do this submit button here. So let's do content, and let's do input, right, type, submit, name, form underscore submit, like so, and then I will need a value, send, and then the class, CIY underscore contact form button, like so, and nothing else there. Now let's close semicolon at the end, obviously, and then let's close the form. So let's do that, form, and then let's close that div as well. And now we have that. Let's do div, a colon, and then let's return the whole thing. So return content, like so. And now let's add a shortcode. So add underscore shortcode, and it takes in 2 parameters. So first we need the name of the actual shortcode. So I'm just gonna call it example, or a simple contact form, and then the name of the function, callback function up here. Let's go down and paste it in, semicolon at the end. All right, that should work. So let's copy this, go back to our backend. Let's go to pages, and in our contact page, let's add a new block, and let's add shortcode. Paste our shortcode in and update. And let's go back to our front end, refresh. All right, so we got the form here. All right, let's see, something weird down there. Let's take a look. Probably didn't close the yeah, right, we need to obviously we need to close that one. So let's remove that one, and let's not that one, I guess the text area here. Right, so let's close it, text area. All right, good. Then that's that. Let's save that and let's refresh. All right, nice. Okay, cool. So that's looking nice. Now let's we need to capture when we send here. We need to capture the data and tell WordPress to send it to our specific the email address that we can specify here. So under the shortcode, I'm going to add another comment. So cap or collect the information. Right, let's create a function called example form capture or collection collect. Maybe not the best name. Right, so let's do an if statement. So is set underscore post, and then do so remember we need a name here for our button. So the name for our submit input is form submit. So let's copy and paste. Let's go down there and then let's put in some data. All right, so the name variable, the name. So we need to sanitize this. Otherwise, someone can hack into our database, and we do not want that, or even worse, our email even. So let's do sanitize. Let's go text. Let's go field, and let's bring in the super global here post variable, and then for the first one, the name. If we go up here, for the input for the name up here, we got name and your name. So let's copy that and paste that in. Semicolon at the end. Then let's do email. So same here, sanitize text field, and let's do post. And then what we got there, the email. Let's copy and paste. And then let's do a message. Then sanitize underscore. This is text area. Field $ underscore post. And what was that? Your message. I think if you go text area name and your message. Let's do that, and let's see. Next, let's set up a server. All right. So comment here, set up the server, the mail server here, and the default is PHP server for WordPress. So you want to send it to, for example, Hotmail or Gmail or something, we need to set up this SMTP server. So we can do a variable here called receiver. And I'm going to do my email address, so CIY. No, wait, I have the code it yourself at gmail.com. Then the subject for this, we want test form submission. Okay, so every email you will get is gonna have this. You can change it to something else, maybe a custom customer query or whatever. And then the message in itself. Let's see, we got the user message, or let's use user message like this. And then we got the name from, we need the name. And what else do we need? We need the email address. Let's do a little separation between these. So, and then need a email, and then the message. $, message. Also have a DDS message. Semicolon at the end, and then a VP underscore mail function. So there was a WordPress function, and let's bring all these in here. So receiver, and we need a subject, and we need a whole user message, and semicolon at the end. All right, so now as always we need to do the add action hook. So let's do add underscore action, and VP underscore head, and then obviously we need to bring in the function name right up here. Let's save that. All right, and let's refresh here first. So nothing special there. Now we need to make sure that we have that thank you page. Let's go to all pages, and as you can see, we don't have that thank you page. So let's just let's go in and create a new one. So let's see. Thank you, like this, and then just thank you for your message. We will get back to you as soon as we can. Let's publish that, and if we take a look at the page address, let's view this page. Now you can see here it has this whole thank you, and if you copy the whole thing, the URL, and if we go back here to our form, so if you look at this one here, so I will just paste it in here so you can have a look. So you can see the HTTP, TTP, and then a local host, software services, thank you. Okay, so that's the URL, and after we hit submit, we will get to this page there. All right, so let's try this out and see if it works. So that's that. Okay, it doesn't look great, but we can always style that later. So that's not what I wanted actually, but let's refresh. Let's do name Johan at mail.com. Hello there. Let's do send. Right, so now it takes us to the thank you page and it's working, but since we're on localhost, we won't receive an email actually. So in order to receive an email, you have to upload this on a live host. All right, now let's style the contact form. It doesn't look that great, so let's go back to our contact. All right, so let's go, style this form here. So let's open up our folder, plugin folder, and let's add a new folder. Let's call it assets. And in here, we're only gonna have a few things in there anyways. So we're gonna have a CSS style sheet. So I'm just gonna call it contact underscore style.css. Let's try that. And in our, we go back to our functions, we need to enqueue this whole thing. So let's do that. So a new function, I'm just gonna do a comment there. Enqueue files. Right, and the function is gonna be my underscore contact scripts, and in here we just do a simple VP underscore N q underscore style, and then do the ID. Let's do contact underscore form style, and then need a plugin directory URL, and we need a file, and then where to look for it. So it's going to be in our assets folder, and the name of the file is contact underscore styles or style.css, and we just want anything else there, and maybe an empty array, no dependencies, and then the version. So it's 1.0.0, and then all media, like this, and my colon at the end. Now let's add the action hook. So add action, and we do a vp underscore and q underscore scripts, and then the name of the function up here. Paste it in and semicolon at the end. And let's go into our style sheet. So just make sure that it works. Let's do body tag and color or background color and change that to red. See if that works. And let's refresh, and you see the background there is red. It's good. So now we're good to go here. So let's dig into this. Let's open up our, go back here to our style sheet again, and let's gonna use the body tag later on. So let's reset all margins and paddings. So margin 0, padding 0, and then for the body we're gonna have a font family. Font family, and I'm gonna use call Franklin Gothic medium, and just use the normal Arial narrow, and then Arial, Arial, and then you need a sounds. Sorry if they're right. Let's do that. Let's remove this one there. Okay, semicolon at the end. Let's see what it does. Usually there is a let's remove. There is a risk in having to put in all these here in the plugin. This is a risk you get a different style compared to the rest of the theme. So usually it's better to just leave it as it is. All right, now let's target the form. So CIY underscore form, and then the padding should be 20 pixels. The max width for this is 1200 pixels, and the margin is auto. All right, and then let's target the h2 tag. CIY form h2, and here is a text line center, margin 20 pixels, and the font size 3M, and the letter spacing 1 pixel, and text transform should be uppercase. Let's save that, see what it does. All right, okay, nice. Maybe remove this text later on. And then let's target our inputs. So CIY form, and we need, did I put a class or just did I do input? Yes, I call this one CIY form input. So form, CIY form input, like this. Now the margin top should be 10 pixels, and then after that the margin bottom 10 pixels, like this. And then after margin bottom we need some padding, and I want the padding to be 20 pixels, and then the width 80%, and then the font size will be 1.2 em, and the border radius 10 pixels, and then I want the border to be 1 pixel solid. I have a little blackish color. Let's save that, see what that does. All right, now we got all these here. Nice. All right, now let's take care of the text area. So it had a class name of, I think, CIY form text area. So let's copy that. Let's scroll up there and let's do like this. All right, so the margin top 10 pixels, and then margin bottom 10 pixels, padding 20 pixels, then width 80%, with 80%, font size 1.2 em, then border radius 10 pixels, oops, and then the height, this one 300 pixels, and the border to be 1 pixel solid, and then 333, font weight normal, and let's do the font family, and let's put on do this one there. All right, let's copy this one there, and oops, let's post it up here at the top, like so. Now let's save, and oops, let's go back to our front end. Let's refresh. All right, we got the message here. Nice. Okay, let's take care of the button, the new class, and I think I call this one button there, CIY contact form button. Let's copy and paste it in there. All right, so we need a padding 20 pixels, and the width should only be 50%. Then the text transform uppercase, and then the letter spacing 1 pixel, and the font size for this one 1.2 em, and then the border should be none, and the border radius 10 pixels, and then the background color a little blackish, and then the color itself should be white. Now let's refresh, see what we got there. All right, get a nice little button. Now when we hover over it, we want to do something so we know we're hovering over it. So let's copy in the CIY underscore contact form button class, and let's do child of hover, and the background. That's going to change the background color and the color with each other. Background color and fifth, and the color stack 3, and then the border is 1 pixel solid and 3. All right, let's save that and let's refresh. And now you can see when we hover over, changes the color. And if we hit send here, we have some basic validations here as well. So you can see there, we have this field is required. So if we fill in that, the email is required. If we do this, you can see that please enter an email address. So this is not a valid email address. So we do .com and let's hit send. We need to fill in this one here. Fill in the message and hit send. Now it's working. All right. So that's how you do that. Now if we go back to our contact form, and if we look at this here, so it looks pretty nice actually. So you see it's responsive right from the start. So that's that. Let's go down there and let's yes. So the whole thing is nice. I would say so, right? This is working. Maybe not the contact us. So maybe make this one a little bit smaller. So let's start. So let's do media query. So comment media queries, and let's do the same there at media screen, and let's do the max width and let's set it to 800 pixels. And in here, let's do CIY underscore form and h2. So font size. And if we go up here and have a look, so the font size is 3 ems. Let's do it maybe 2 em. That should work. Let's refresh. Still jumps down though. Let's see. Yeah, well, it should be okay. All right, so that's the very simple, very basic contact us form in a plugin. So that's that. Next time we'll continue on the pages. Yes, so that's it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next.